All right. Let's make this quick and dirty, but fulfilling and big. Today is the 31st of August, 2024. It is a Saturday. Yesterday, the 30th, I fed the other 3 bins, checked in on them, fed them, and I didn't have time to do this bin, which will be the 4th bin this week. It has been 10 days. This is the mixed worm bin number 1. The temperature's at about 78, about 25 Celsius, I think, judging from distance. And yeah, so it's been 10 days since I last fed this bin. And I also harvested last time, if I'm correct. It's very moist. As soon as I get in here, I see we've got some sprouts. And I see that the new material is, in fact, also still very moist. All right, let's dig in. I have a lot to feed them today. The foods the refrigerator forgot about. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with the old material. It's moist on top instead of dry, as I've seen when I've come in here in the past and felt was pretty normal. But now you might recall that this is generally a very healthy population, a good population. A couple of my other bins, not so much. If you've seen the videos about the other couple bins with the smaller recovering populations, you might remember me starting to dig and not seeing any worms. But today in here, we are seeing worms right from the bat, right from the get-go, right off the bat. A couple of worms in there. Like I said, we can't sadly spend too much time today. Now, last time, if I recall, if I'm correct, I did half feeding in the new stuff, half feeding in the old stuff. Okay. Lots of worms. Well, not a ton, but lots of worms still at the bottom over here. Oh. There we go. Okay, yeah. Looking good. Healthy, active worms. I think this is part of the feeding. Okay, and now this material, I'm not going to be mixing it up with the new stuff because I need to keep in mind that the goal is to harvest. Yep, even more worms over here. The goal is to get this stuff to be harvested. Okay, in this corner, we've got a lot going on. It's a nice size. Some nice worms. Really good looking worms. Excellent. You see they're closer to the bottom where it's more moist. Lots and lots and lots. That's what I love to see. Love to see. Yep. More worms down there. Here's one of our blue worm friends. They're much more fast moving. Okay. All right. Now, trick is, I'm actually trying to remember, was it last time I harvested or the time before that? I don't see any evidence of a feeding other than the paper that was there. All right, well, this side looks good and healthy. The material is nice. Here's a worm with nice looking clitellum. Learned recently that a bulging clitellum occurs when they're close to producing a cocoon. I learned that watching Mimi's worms. I think I'd known that by now, but whatever. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're going to peek in on this side. I'm going to go ahead and just move this over here. There's a worm. Couple of worms. So they're over here. Bunch of worms down in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we had some castings left in here that I mixed up with the new material. So here's the feeding zone. And this is where the party is at. I think that was a pear. Very, very active worms, which I love to see. And I don't see quite as much in... Yeah, lots of worms down there. No big worm parties, but lots and lots of worms. Nope. Oh, shoot. I always feel bad when I disturb them, and I don't usually pick them up, but I will move them. These are two worms mating. They basically wrap themselves in their clitellums. I don't have the exact science for you right now, but yeah, that's a good sign. That means that these worms are happy. In this, with this new setup. So I'll put that back. Hopefully I didn't stop them from doing their thing. I don't know if that's a thing, but we'll just go ahead and cover them back up. All right. Now, how to proceed. Because I don't think this was just last week. I'll have to go back and see. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart of, do I feed only in the new stuff? Nice little worm party there. I think what I'm gonna do, because the other stuff, the castings, aren't ready. They're closer than not from my standpoint, but there's a lot I want to pick through in there and sort out, and I'm not going to do that today, and let these kind of dry out. So I guess that kind of helps answer my question. If I want them to dry out, then I need to not feed more in here and just let them, if they want to hang out in here, if they want to mess with and eat what's in here, then they can. And then I'll go back through, like I said, in the future and pick out the bigger chunks. So for now, what I'm gonna do, I don't know why I wanna scoop up all of this. It's tricky because I have such a large feeding. I think what we're gonna do is I am gonna bridge the gap a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna put my new paper material in both. Yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm sort of not on my game with this, what I'm actually doing. I'll admit that right now. I'm not going to, no, this side needs to be finished. The stuff, the refrigerator swallowed. Hold on. I have even more, and I'm embarrassed to say it because this was some dang good cucumber-based, meaning there's a lot of cucumber, gazpacho. I fed a couple of the other bins that, and I thought that that was it. But you saw it was moldy. Well, I also got some back from someone who never ate it, though they said they were going to. Anyways, you guys, this is too much, huh? It's too much. And some spent greens. Now, as you know, the greens are going to break down easily. We'll put them kind of over here to the side to attract their friends. We're going to mush this all down. We got a old wrinkly eggplant. Hey, this is called an aprium. Accidentally hit pause. Some forgotten about strawberries, a tomato top, some yucky tomatoes, and yucky okra. Yep, just in time for my battery to die. That's fine. Do your thing, boo-boo. Now I'm going to put some more of the new wet paper on top of this. And then we're going to put... Actually, no. We're going to put the old paper over top. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the old paper, as in the stuff that's already been in here, over top. And then I'm going to put a layer of new paper. And then next time we definitely are going to go through and do like this. Take some of this stuff that's not going to be, it needs more time to break down, and pitch that over there and let this kind of dry out. Let the worms finish off what they want to finish. And then this is from some kind of cloth. And then we'll harvest that hopefully in the next couple of weeks, because I want this space in this bin and I need the castings out in the garden, because I'm doing some late fall planting. Well, I know it's not late, but it's fall planting that's late. Well, late. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. Maybe. But, all right. Now we can zoom out a little more because the battery's dying. What a shock. And the flash will no longer work. So, this side is gonna be good. Now you're saying, Elpy, why such a big feeding and why so much paper? Well, because I forgot how small this space was that I had harvested. And I've already decided this is what I'm doing. So we're gonna layer, sorta kinda, because I just quickly tore these into shreds. We're gonna let this be layered on top of this side. So keep it nice and moist. Maybe we will be a little bit more refined in our layering. Okay. We'll actually lay it down a little bit. Okay. Just like that. Okay. All right. How nice. How nice. Okie dokie. So, mixed worm bin number 1. Very large feeding. Now, it should be interesting because why didn't I go in the middle? I would have had more room. Maybe even in the back corner. I was going to go in the back corner, but then I felt bad for those that were involved in an entanglement. This will be interesting. This side will be interesting. I need to be able to get down there. It'll be very, very interesting how that turns out. So check back in. So these guys had gone 10 days and there was some pear left and a little bit of a cherry tomato. Otherwise, that was it. I think they're looking good. They're looking really good. Yeah, and I think that this is going to be pretty awesome, actually. Question, like I asked last week. In a week, 7 to 10 days, let's say it'll most likely be 8 or 9 days when I check in. Do you think, how much of this feeding do you think, and remember, this is the size stainless steel bowl plus a 3-cup container of gazpacho, which I know the gazpacho is already super ground down. Do you think, how much of that do you think they'll have finished in 7 to 10 days? 50%? 60%? Do you think they'll have finished 75%? 3/4 of it? Do you think they'll have finished all of it? I absolutely do not think they'll have finished all of it. I think they'll have finished 3/4 of it. I know that's what I said, and that's the easy, which is, 3/4. But I think that's what I was a little bit off in the last video, or one of the last videos, with the previous feeding, not in this bin. But I think that there's a little bit of greens that got over here. Yeah, I'm trying strawberries, okra, very moldy okra, an aprium, the gazpacho, some tomatoes. Yeah, I think they'll have gotten through 3/4 of it. I am going to go with 3/4 again. And I'm going to say, I'm going to lean towards more. 3/4 or more. So I'm wrong. Last time I was like, I'm a little bit off because I was they kind of just under I'm wrong if they're under 3/4. If there's like 50% of that food left, then I'm wrong. That just, nothing other than I'm wrong. There's no rewards here or anything. Sorry. The reward of being able to. Anyways, that's my guess. I think they're going to have finished at least 3/4 of it. I think next time I'm going to be able to give a nice feeding. It's not going to be small. It won't be huge since this was huge. But, or this was large. Was it huge? You other worm farmers who are more experienced than me, let me know. Would you call this a huge feeding? Let me know. I really would love to hear too how much you think they'll have finished. And do you think that we'll see less worms as we're seeing in here? They're not. I was kind of hoping to see more grouped up, more sort of worm parties over here. I'm kind of feeling like the next door bin, which is the mixed worm bin number 2. I mean, it's possible that these worms like navigate between, so their population could fluctuate because they're traveling all the time. I don't know, but so there's no real serious experiments here. That said, do you think that more of these worms will have, how much food do you think is going to be left? And do you think that more of these worms will have migrated to here at that point? And anything else you want to say? You think we're going to have a worm party here? And perhaps maybe the reason I didn't see as much of a worm party and that everyone was kind of spread out was because, I mean, again, that pear is still there, but maybe the material's not as great because it's, you know, sort of more clumped up like this instead of shredded. Shredded would probably be better. I need to get back to shredding. And maybe because the food has, you know, they've been like, these guys came back over here because is there not enough room for everybody in? But let me know what you think. This is going too long because I'm sitting here hypothesizing and dreaming and wondering and thinking about the possibilities. And that is what's super fun about the worm bin when you are hands-on. And I am so glad to be returning to being hands-on with this and nerding out with it. So thank you for nerding out with me. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your interest. I appreciate your consideration. I hope to see you around. And yeah, be well, be safe. Thanks for visiting the LP Dimension. Bye for now.